Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be doing the 4,000 subscribers Q&A. So thank you guys all for all of your questions. We've got about 25 questions that we're going to be answering. We got a couple of repeats, so I'm just going to answer those questions all together. So let's get right into this. Just want to say a quick thank you to all of you guys who are here right now. Obviously, could not be at 4,000 subscribers without you guys. You're making YouTube a lot easier for me to do. I couldn't do this without you guys. Your support means the world to me, and I appreciate every single one of you. Let's get into the Q&A, starting off with question number 1. So the first question we have comes from Jogue the Rogue. Congrats, bro. What type of editing software do you use, and what other types of games and content do you want to bring to the channel in the future? So we got a two-part question here. The second part, we had a few other people ask that question as well. I'll put those on screen right now so you guys can see. To answer the first part of your question, I use DaVinci Resolve 17. It's a free editing software that you can get, and for what it is, it's really, really good. I do intend to upgrade eventually, but for right now, DaVinci Resolve 17 is basically exactly what I need. It does the job. It's super, super good. Now for the next part of the question, we've got a couple people that also asked the exact same thing. So, what type of games and content do you want to bring to the channel in the future? So this winter, we're going to be getting some banger games. We're going to be getting Forza Horizon 5. We're going to be getting Battlefield 2042. We're going to be getting Halo Infinite and Call of Duty Vanguard. Those are the 4 games that I'm probably the most hyped and the most interested for. That's probably about the right order. Maybe Battlefield and Forza, you could flip around there. Vanguard, I'm not super excited for. I don't even know if I'm going to play it, to be honest, but it may come to the channel in the future. But with that being said, Battlefield 2042, Forza Horizon 5, Halo Infinite are all going to be coming to the channel. I'm going to go heavy on those games for sure. Going to make content on all of them. With GTA, I'm obviously still going to make GTA content. This is a GTA channel. Has been. We're going to be trying to get out of GTA a little bit. Like, I'm not going to stop playing GTA. I will never stop playing GTA. I haven't since it came out. But we're also going to be playing some of these other games because I do want to grow a more diverse audience. So definitely going to be playing Battlefield, Horizon 5, and Halo Infinite. That's for sure. Also, obviously going to keep the GTA content going. It's going to slow down unless, there's going to be an update or something like that. In November, obviously, we're going to get expanded and enhanced. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm definitely going to be covering that. So you can expect that for sure. So yeah, GTA, Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5. Probably going to keep going with Farming Simulator as well. We've obviously got a new game on the channel. I think you guys probably saw that yesterday when you're watching this, CSGO. So CSGO might become a bit of a regular thing on the channel. Depends how much I keep playing it. I'm not sure, how much I want to get back into it or not. I used to be insanely good at CSGO. It used to be one of my favorite games. It still is, one of my favorite games, but I just don't play it that often anymore. So, if I get back into it though, probably we'll start, making more and more videos on it. So, but yeah, we're going to be playing a lot of different games. So there's going to be something for pretty much everyone on here. Eventually, I wouldn't even mind getting into like some strategy games like Company of Heroes 2, if you guys have ever heard of that. I know a lot of people hate like top-down games, so probably won't do anything like that for a little while, but eventually I wouldn't mind getting into it. That's for sure. So anyway, thank you, Jogue, for your question. Appreciate that. Shout out to Polar as well for the question. Thank you very much. Now moving on to the next question. This one sort of ties into the last one, but it comes from Alusard or Alucard. I hope that I said that right. I probably didn't, but sorry, my bad. Where are you in life right now? What plans do you have for the future? So right now, I'm in a weird place. My YouTube is doing pretty well. I'm gonna be fully honest with you guys. I'm making a decent amount of money from YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. It's not enough money, unfortunately, yet to do YouTube as my job. So I was gonna go back to my current job or my old job, which is working with kids. I was going to go back to doing that, but I just got an offer for construction, which has been sort of an ongoing offer for the last couple of months, but it just hasn't started yet. But it looks like things are actually starting. So I'm going to be going full in on construction full time. So I'm a bit stressed out about YouTube and construction at the same time because I'm going to be working like 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day, something like that. So not going to have as much time for YouTube. I'm still going to keep it going. There's nothing that is going to stop this channel from keeping going. Like this channel is not going to die because YouTube is my dream job. It's what I've always wanted to do since I was probably 8 years old, maybe 10. So you can definitely expect YouTube to continue for me for sure. I'm not going to quit this. It's doing well. I'm making a good amount of money from it, and I get to interact with all of you guys, and hopefully I get to, you know, brighten up your guys' days with, you know, whatever content that I do make in that day. I know that, you know, we've got quite a few people on this channel who I think literally watch every video that I make, which is incredible. I don't think that I'm that entertaining personally, but I appreciate you guys for rocking with me and literally watching everything that I put out. It's crazy. I love you guys. That's, yeah. So, plans for the future, continue YouTube, work my ass off doing construction, and try to make some money so that I can start making some investments in things that I want to do for the channel and, you know, just for me in my personal life as well. So thank you for the question. I appreciate that a lot. Let's move right into the next one here. So the next question is from 3 different people. We have my boy Fritz, my boy It's Jay, and Vatsal Patodia, all asking, what are your PC specs? So my PC is custom built. I didn't build it myself because I'm not technologically advanced enough to actually do that. I know it's not part of the PC, but it's part of the PC. My monitor is a 24-inch Asus TUF Gaming 144 Hz monitor, which is really nice. It's a fairly cheap monitor, but for the price of it, it is really, really good. Eventually, I would like to upgrade to a bigger one, maybe a curved monitor, but for right now, this works really, really well. Now, for my PC, I have a 512 gigabyte SSD, I have a 2 terabyte hard drive, and I have a 4 terabyte external hard drive because I didn't order enough storage with my computer when I got it. So that sucks, but oh well. For my CPU, I have a AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. It's a pretty good processor. AMD has just released a bunch of new ones that all outperform this thing, but for what it is and for the price of it, it's pretty good. It holds its own, that's for sure. Eventually, I would like to, you know, maybe upgrade it, but for right now, it's doing its job. I have 32 gigabytes of 3000 or 3200 megahertz RAM. I can't remember which I got. It's one or the other. It's definitely DDR4 though, so it's pretty good. I wanted a lot of RAM for this computer because rendering and stuff like that, obviously, so it helps. And last but not least, well, the last important thing in the computer is the graphics card, which is a Asus RTX 2070 Super. So it's a 2070 Super, but made by Asus with the Asus like branding on it, I guess. So it's got 8 gigabytes of video RAM. It's GDDR6, I believe. So it's pretty good. It holds its own. Eventually, I would like to upgrade this computer. It's great, don't get me wrong, but just for making videos and stuff like that, it would be nicer to have something a little bit faster because I would eventually like to start recording in 4K for you guys, which would be pretty insane. I think that would make my videos just, you know, that little bit better. Even if I could record in 1440p and also like max out my GTA settings, for example, that would be super cool to do too. So might get a new PC in the near future, especially once I start working construction and making like a lot of money. So thank you guys for the questions. I appreciate that. I will be doing a setup tour eventually in the future. I keep trying to do it, but I keep putting it off, and I'm just gonna do it like next week. The video might be really terrible. I hope that it's not, but it will come out very, very soon. So thank you guys for asking those questions. I appreciate that. Next up, we got Curry King Worst. You probably know they built a Bravado Banshee in real life a few years ago together with West Coast Customs and auctioned it off. Which car from the game would you like to own for real? And are there any cars in GTA that you like more than their real life counterparts? Any car from the game that I would like to own for real, I would probably say maybe the Adder or maybe the Entity XF. I feel like you guys are probably, what the hell? Like, why would you not pick something cooler? But I think either of those cars would like work in real life. They're kind of close to what they're actually based off of, but they're a little bit different. But I do think that they would actually like work pretty well in real life, and I think they'd definitely be pretty cool to have in real life. So probably the Entity XF or the Adder. I like both of them a lot. So yeah, or maybe the Dominator ASP. I like that car too. So those ones are sick. Now, are there any cars in GTA that you like more than their real life counterpart? I don't think so, because it's like that whole thing, you know, where people read a book and then they go and watch the movie after it comes, you know, from a book to a movie. I feel like it's the same sort of thing. I know what the car is in real life and then I see it in GTA and I'm always like a little bit underwhelmed because I want Rockstar to do copyright infringement. Please give us, you know, the exact car in GTA, but obviously they can't. So, you know, there's cars that look really good in GTA, don't get me wrong, like the Albany VSTR is one that comes to mind. That car is sick in GTA, but at the same time, I like the Cadillac CTS-V and the Mercedes S-Class that, you know, it's based off of. I like those cars individually. I like them more than I like the VSTR in-game, if that makes sense. So really interesting questions. I appreciate that a lot. I also didn't know that about the Bravado Banshee. I've got to check that out. I was meaning to last week, but I am checking it out as soon as I'm done recording this. So thank you for the questions and thank you for the comment. Appreciate you, buddy. Next up, we have 11 Blue. Congrats, dude. What is your daily routine for YouTube and other stuff, and how do you manage to upload daily with all the editing and work, etc.? So for the past basically year, I have been working only a couple hours a day, like 3.5 to 4 hours a day. So I obviously have, you know, 20 hours free to actually do YouTube videos. So that has helped out a lot. Like I said, I'm going to be starting working construction very soon, which is going to be very interesting for me. I don't know exactly how I'm going to manage everything. I will figure it out because, like I said, this YouTube thing is not stopping. It's like set in stone. I'm doing YouTube. It's going to be like my career path in life, which if you want to laugh at that, go ahead, but come back in 2 years and see what's happening. So unless I die, obviously, if I die, not much is going to be going on. So we'll hope that doesn't happen. But basically, my daily routine for the last year, at least, has been, you know, some days I really am like on it because, you know, don't get me wrong, I love YouTube, but there's some days where you're just not feeling it, right? Some days I will not want to make a video, or I won't at least want to make like a new video, like go and record like a car customization or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll take some old footage. I might go and make a bunch of shorts and stuff like that, and I'll schedule upload them so that I don't have to make shorts for the next couple of days, which makes my workload a little bit easier. So basically, some days I will go like stupid mode and I'll make like 8 videos in one day, and then I'll schedule them. Obviously, I do one regular length upload every day and a short every day. So I will schedule them for the next 4 days, so I don't have to do any like brand new videos for like the following day for a couple days. So it gives me a chance to go and maybe record like Farming Simulator or some Counter-Strike gameplay, something like that I can, you know, edit, and I can upload those for like the next 2 days after the 4 days that I've already done. Or I can just take a break, you know, do some stuff, you know, with my friends or whatever. But yeah, so I use scheduling to my advantage a lot with YouTube. It is absolutely like essential for me. If scheduling wasn't a thing, I would not be doing as well as I am on YouTube. There has been points where I've been, you know, 3-4 weeks ahead with videos on YouTube, albeit that hasn't been for probably about a year now. But, you know, sometimes I'll just absolutely go crazy and just grind. Like sometimes I'll make 12 videos in a day, 8 videos in a day. And then some days I'll make nothing in a day. And the day after I do nothing, I feel horrible. I'm like, oh man, I should have done something. So I make videos whenever I feel like I can, if that makes sense. I keep telling myself like, man, if you just said like, and take 5 hours every single day and just make as many videos as you can and do like a bunch of editing and stuff like that, you know, you could probably, you know, take a break from YouTube for a week. But the truth is I don't really want to, like, and I always talk myself out of it in my own head. So, you know, I definitely use scheduling a lot to answer your question. Some days I'll work really hard, some days I won't work really hard, but I'm almost always recording stuff and just keeping it, you know, in case I want to make a short with it or in case I want to make a full-length video with it. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for the question. Let's move right on to the next one. Next up, we have Cephalon Alcatraz and Ethan asking the same thing. What made you choose the name HarmNone? So it's a long story. I've said that I'd make a video on it, but I don't know how to make the video on it specifically. So I'm not really sure how to answer this. I think it's a really cool name. I think it's very unique. I've never seen anyone with a name very close to it other than one person who I got the name from. I think it's kind of just a cool name, like HarmNone. Like, oh, I'm not gonna harm anybody, and then next thing you know, like you shoot at me, and then I destroy you in GTA or whatever it is. Like, obviously, if you guys watch my PvP videos or my Warzone videos and stuff like that, I'm a very competitive person, and I'm not very nice to my enemies usually. So I don't know. It's kind of like a little paradox thing. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I just like the name. I'll explain it further in a future video. That's basically what I can say right now. So thank you for the question though. Appreciate that a lot and appreciate your support. Next up, we got Raiders 2004. Would you ever host car meets on GTA, bro? Congrats on 4K. The grind don't stop. I would absolutely love to do car meets on GTA. As you guys know, I'm on PC. A lot of you guys I know are on console, which is obviously a bit of an imbalance. I wish that GTA was cross-platform. It would make my life so much easier, but it's not, unfortunately. The best way that I can organize a car meet is through my Discord. So if you're not in my Discord, you should probably join it. It'll be linked in the description down here. You can go make an account and stuff. It's super easy. I gotta be honest, I'm not the most active on Discord. My Discord server is kind of in shambles. I need to work on it, but I've been, obviously, like I was just talking about, pretty busy with making videos, stuff like that. So, eventually I will sit down and I will start making like some actual adjustments to the Discord, and I will start planning out some car meets and stuff. But yeah, so I definitely want to do car meets on GTA. I 100% do. Obviously right now, if you want to join a car meet that I'm hosting, you have to be on PC, unfortunately, which sucks. But eventually I will hopefully get consoles in the future, and maybe I can do an Xbox car meet and a PlayStation car meet eventually. So we'll have to see, but yeah. Appreciate the question. Join the Discord, link in the description down below. Poppy Chulo Chad asks, what car would you like to own from each type of vehicle category? SUV, sedan, muscle, tuner / JDM, or supercar / hypercar? For SUV, I would like to own a Mercedes G-Wagon, maybe the 4x4 squared or a Brabus kit on a G-Wagon. I think either of them are absolutely crazy. I love both of them, so definitely a G-Wagon of some sort. For sedan, probably a Mercedes C63S. I love that car. Or an E63S. Or an Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio GTA M. I love that car too. There's a lot of great sedans out there. That's the truth. Like the M5 is sick too. There's a lot, but probably C63 or an E63 would be my top choices. Or like I said, the Alfa Romeo. I love those cars. Next up, muscle car, Shelby GT350R. No questions asked, no doubt in my mind. I like Hellcats too. Never been a big Camaro guy, but a Camaro would be okay. But the Shelby GT350R, that car is it's special to me. I think it's one of the greatest Mustangs ever, if not the greatest Mustang ever. I think it's really cool. I want to own one day, so if you guys see a vlog of me buying a GT350R, I would not be surprised. Or maybe just a regular GT350. Don't be surprised if I do it. Don't be surprised to see a vlog on that in maybe the near future. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But I would love to get one of those. It's an absolutely crazy car. I love cars in real life. I'm a car guy through and through. I gotta say. But for tuner and JDM, I'd probably say an RX-7 FD. The Super is cool. Don't get me wrong. A Super would be sick too. But there's something about the RX-7 that I really, really like. The only thing that's a little sketch about it is the rotary engine. It's not super reliable, which I know if you are an RX-7 fan, you're going to shoot me. But yeah, an RX-7 FD or an S15 that'd be mint. That'd be super sick. So for sure, one or the other. For supercar or hypercar, I love the Aventador in real life. I would have to say probably an SVJ, an Aventador SVJ. The Aventador is my favorite car. The SVJ is the craziest version of the Aventador, so I'd say the SVJ for sure. Thank you for the question. Appreciate that a lot. Next up, we got Mr. Crew. Congrats on hitting 4K, bro. Question, what would you do if you saw an in-game modder in real life? Check out Mr. Crew's channel. Good guy. Makes really good content. Super underrated. Check him out for sure. I'm assuming you mean the modders that are terrible that nobody likes. And if that is what you're meaning, I'd just be super nice to them for legal reasons. I mean, obviously, yeah. So yeah. Next up, we got a question from my boy Bobby. When are you going to straight pipe the G37? So I also got a question asking if I'm in the car community in real life and what car do I drive. Shout out to you for asking the question. Bobby is a friend of mine in real life, and I do drive an Infiniti G37S. It's a 2009. It's got rims on it, and I've painted the grille black myself. But other than that, I haven't really modified the car. I would like to put an exhaust on it for sure. If the cops are watching, then obviously, like, I don't actually want to put it on. Eventually I would like to put an exhaust beside the car, not on it. Yeah, soon. We'll see what happens. Probably soon though. We'll see. Obviously we're not going to put it on. Yeah, anyway. Isaac Holmgren question. My favorite meal is orange. Which is yours? If we're talking real meals, I'm talking about probably chicken parmesan or a chicken burger, maybe a Cajun chicken burger from a specific restaurant that I live near. They make a mean Cajun chicken burger. So probably chicken parm is like my favorite home cooked meal though, that's for sure. So appreciate the question. Next up, we got Bandwagon 240. On average, how many walnuts do you come across in real life daily? My personal number is pretty high. Just wanted to get a polite Canadian number to compare with. A lot of walnuts. If I'm driving, especially if I'm in Vancouver, I live near Vancouver. I stay in Vancouver sometimes. If I'm in Vancouver, an unsightly amount of walnuts around. Like, just these people can't drive. There's a lot of idiots around. When I'm at home, I live in a smaller town. Less walnuts, still too many. More than I'd like. Yeah, there's in general too many. Like, we need to, start. Don't want to say getting rid of people because, obviously that's not politically correct. But yeah, so yeah, appreciate the question. Next up, we got Devrim asking, what keeps you going in life? That is an excellent question. Life, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Life sucks a bit of the time, but if you didn't have lows, you can't have highs. So, what keeps me going is definitely family, friends, and, this YouTube thing. Honestly, like, so, people might think that that's like sad or whatever, but I consider this to be like a career of mine. And beyond this channel, like, what keeps me going is like I mentioned earlier, if any of you guys are having like a tough day, a tough week, tough month, tough year, whatever it may be, if watching one of my videos can help somebody to feel better, even if it's only for 5 or 10 minutes, that is worth more to me than the money is. Obviously the money's nice. It's a great reward for like all the hard work that I put into this, but if I can help somebody to just feel better and get through their day if they're struggling or whatever, then that's what like keeps me going with this YouTube thing. And it definitely helps me keep going in life in general. So family, friends, YouTube, and you guys are what like keeps me going. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for all the support that you give me, and I hope that eventually one day when this channel gets huge, I can start supporting you guys even further. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for the question. I appreciate that a lot. Mustafa Al Tamimi asks, what is your favorite car in Grand Theft Auto 5? His is the Benefactor Panto. Mine is the Truffade Adder. The Adder is my favorite car in Grand Theft Auto Online. I did a customization and review on the Adder where I further explain a little bit why it's my favorite car in Grand Theft Auto Online. But yeah, it's the Adder. The Adder is my favorite car. The Dominator ASP is climbing up the ranks, but I think that the Adder will always be my favorite car in this game. So thank you for the question. I appreciate that a lot. Glock 9K or Glock K, that's what your name was before. I think that I probably said, I'm assuming it's Glock 9K. What is your most favorite or fun video you have made? I love HarmNone's Farm. It's probably my favorite series that I've done so far. Some of my older Warzone videos are really good too. Man. Or my PvP videos on GTA. I've actually got a PvP video titled My Favorite PvP Video I've Made, and it's probably my favorite PvP video I've made, I guess. Yeah, PvP videos they're probably my favorite to make. To record me doing it, and then also to edit. I think they're really fun because I can sort of I can edit more funny like sort of stuff with those videos, especially where I've got other people to talk to, like Aaron or Pupper. If you guys watch the PvP videos, you know who he is. I think we have a pretty good dynamic when it comes to playing games together. At least I think we can get some good clips and stuff like that. So definitely, my favorite ones are the ones where I'm with my friends, because I think it's funnier, and also it's really nice to look back on the videos, because it's like it sort of encapsulates like what life was like at the time of the video too, because I can sort of remember like what happened, I guess, if that makes sense. So thank you for the question. I appreciate that a lot. Red Lupo, can you tell us a joke, please? Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I honestly, I don't know any like jokes. Like it's kind of sad, but like, what do ticks and the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both Paris sites. I know those. I literally had to look that up, and I picked like the worst joke I could find. I'm sorry, Lupo. You know I appreciate you, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm bad, bro. I'm bad at jokes. Thank you for the question, though. Alusard or Alucard asks, what do you think of Valorant? I like Valorant. I don't like Valorant because it took a bunch of CSGO's population away, but I understand why completely, because I think Valorant is a much more polished and more cared for game, so I completely understand, but it has taken a lot of CSGO's community away, and CSGO is one of my favorite games ever, so yeah. But no, Valorant is really fun. I've played it a few times. Only thing I don't like about it is like the abilities. I like grenades, you know. I like to throw a smoke grenade at it. I like to throw a flash around the corner, stuff like that. I know you can do that with some characters in Valorant, like Brimstone and stuff, but I just overall would say I prefer CSGO. But Valorant is very cool, don't get me wrong. Thank you for the question. Your Pet Roach asks, why are you so cool, HarmNone? I couldn't tell you, honestly. You know, I'm around, you know, pretty cool, pretty funny people, so yeah, I guess I turned out all right. According to you, at least. I don't know how everyone else feels, but you know, yeah, appreciate your question. Son Noah asked, what made you do YouTube? I did construction before, kind of had a falling out with it, and I stopped doing construction. Now, obviously, I'm going back to doing construction, so we're gonna see how it goes. But it was during the whole COVID thing that I started the YouTube channel, and yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, and now I finally am one. So I guess, you know, finally got to live out my dreams, and it's only getting better and bigger thanks to you guys. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you for the question as well. I sort of already, I guess I kind of already answered that, so forgive the brief explanation, but that's essentially how it happened. Next up, we got Jacob Rhodes asking, what is my dream car? Lamborghini Aventador, like I said. So, you know, it's my favorite car. SVJ is cool too, but the Aventador, like the regular one, is definitely my dream car, my favorite car ever. So yeah, appreciate you. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for the Q&A. I've answered all you guys' questions. Thank you so much for leaving your questions. Thank you so much for all the support you guys have been giving me recently. Obviously, the channel's going crazy right now. We're doing super good. So the only people I can really thank for that is you guys. Obviously, you know, I put out the videos, but you guys watch them, and I'm very glad that you do. So thank you guys for everything. Channel's only going up from here. And yeah, love all you guys. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.